The human being was made to question his reality. Here is provided a forum that evades and rejects the mainstream media. Ideas and topics of interest outside of the norm are free to flourish and grow in the strangeness and with objectivity that is their right. Join us now for a discussion from somewhere between the real and the imagined, between outer and inner space, where things just odd enough to be the truth have a place to live, breathe, and make their home. Recorded live from the jagged edge of reality. This is JAG Radio.
What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
In La La Land. Hey, thanks for tuning in for the new JAG Radio. Guys, if you've watched our last show, you know what happened.
Yes.
So, Martinelli unfortunately fell off the fucking face of the earth.
But have no idea what happened.
We got a new A to fill in for the JAG.
Oh yeah.
Howdy.
My name is JD Marcel, as all of you listeners know. This is the new face of JAG Radio right here, AJ Moreno. And, of course, George Antonio and producer Dre Day all day. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Dre, yay?
So what's up, guys? What's going on?
So basically,
I feel like I upgraded from engineer to producer, finally.
Nice.
Fucking fine.
You deserve
Dude,
it, man.
You know what? You climbed that corporate ladder,
You were
bro.
producer Dre Day, all the time, man. If anything, you need a promotion, man. What's above a producer right now?
President.
President.
Wow.
Dre Day all day.
King.
You know what?
King,
Done.
motherfucker.
You got it. But don't be asking for more vacation time.
Oh, shit.
Basically. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. We have a fun show for you. We got a bunch of basic topics that are going on right now that are really, really hot. And then, of course, we're gonna do some classic, alien shit. You know the stuff that happens here, right?
The shit that gets me.
I like
Ghost
alien
stuff,
shit.
you know what I mean?
like alien
All right.
shit too.
So, guys,
Give me alien
what's
shit all
on
day.
your mind?
Damn.
So, all right. I think it just needs to be talked about. I think we were going to try to talk about it last week, and we totally missed it. But we're definitely going to go ahead and rake it in this time. We're going to make sure we talk about it this time. What's going on with the NFL and doing these protests and everybody getting upset over it or not upset about it,
Right.
supporting it, not supporting it. I mean, just general consensus in the room. How do we feel about that situation and what these guys are doing?
It's a very polarizing topic, man, because a lot of people are like, it's either, the national anthem is actually the shit that, that we all stand up for, throughout school, throughout, it's the pride of the country, right?
Right.
And it's funny because one, it's okay to protest. I mean, on my end, it's okay to protest. I say what you feel, man. I got no problem with that. But when it's like, damn, dude, when it's like right in public, during the national, you don't have to do it during the national anthem.
So you don't
don't
agree.
have to.
So do you not agree with the people kneeling
You know what?
down?
I agree with what they're doing. I'm cool with that, but
Okay.
not during the national anthem, dude.
You're
There's a better way of
good
doing
for
it.
you're good for the cause, but you don't
Right.
like how they're going about it.
But the thing is, like, that is the protest right now. It's during the national anthem.
Right,
Like, everybody's doing it
because
during
it makes the most
So,
like
I mean,
thump.
Well,
right?
it's getting the most attention, right?
Right,
Like that's what's
right.
causing the conversation, right?
Right,
Like,
right,
and that's
right.
the idea behind it all, isn't
Right,
it?
right.
To go ahead and get a conversation rolling, right? Whether it be with, and that's where everybody's kind of getting it kind of misconstrued, right? And there's so many people coming out here and they're like, oh, they're disrespecting, what about our fallen soldiers? And it's like, man, that was never the aim for any of these guys
Right.
to disrespect that in any way, shape, or form. At least from what I can tell,
Right.
they're trying to go ahead and they're talking about social injustice, in terms
Right.
of how it is towards black folk and Mexicans alike, or just any
Or
people
whatever.
of color, really, but it's wild to me to see so many people get so offended by this fact, and it's crazy to watch the teams week in week out adjust. They're
Okay.
adjusting.
How are they adjusting?
Well, so I'll give you a perfect example. Okay, so the Cowboys came out, right? And they all went ahead and they bonded. And they all
Lassoing and shit,
held
riding
arms,
horses
right?
Okay.
And then they all took a knee at the same time, right?
Oh, wow.
And they did it before They did it before the anthem.
Okay.
They just did it before the anthem, and still, it wasn't accepted. Still,
Really?
they were booed at the stadium.
So did they stand at the anthem?
Absolutely, they
Oh,
stood
okay.
up by the time the anthem came out.
So that's cool. That's all right.
And that's what I'm saying. They're trying to appease everybody and just say, hey, like, look,
the
guys,
bosses,
we
man.
have we're trying to get a point across, okay? What you're saying that we're doing, that it is offending you, that's not our goal. So let's apologize for that. That's not what we're trying to do. But we're still trying to make the point that we're trying to make, and we're still gonna go ahead and do this in our way. So then go to the 49ers.
Yeah.
My squad, the 49ers.
That's your squad?
We're not having a good season this year,
I'm
so I'm
sorry,
not gonna boast
man.
about that.
I'm really sorry.
But my point is that this week not today's game, but last week's game was really nice because they did a combination of both things.
Really?
They had a set of players kneeling on the front lines.
Okay.
No? And then there was another group of players behind them standing. So they did both.
Like doggy style.
They just did it both. Exactly.
Yeah.
And locking arms. So it was just a mad doggy style orgy for everyone to see.
Yeah.
So it's crazy. It's crazy to watch people and how they're kind of taking it, and the organization's kind of like, or rather, every team is kind of molding to what they think that the people want.
I've been hearing that fucking the National Football League is losing fucking coverage, man. People are not watching the football.
So they're losing money.
Hardcore, dude.
Wow.
Hardcore. So they're down. Dre, pull up the the URL.
Well, that just goes to show you, man. Like nobody's gonna be 100% happy, no matter what.
No matter what you do.
No matter what you do.
Someone's always gonna be on the other
Bitching and
side.
complaining, dude.
Absolutely,
Oh, my
Scroll a little
absolutely.
bit down. Right there.
That's not fair.
There.
That's not fair.
Check it out, guys. On the monitor we
Holy
have
crap.
in August,
Oh,
just a little while ago, it was at let's see, NFL was 57. This is viewers, right? 50 polls, right?
Right.
Yeah.
On the following month, because of all this shit happening, they dropped to 44%. Dude.
Wow.
Let's put that in perspective, okay? Basically, what that means, there's not fans out there, but but people aren't watching, and when it hurts the pockets of the NFL,
Absolutely.
right? Sponsors don't want to sponsor anymore.
Yeah,
okay.
all of a sudden
that's
they're
like
scared.
fucking hundreds of millions of dollars, like an hour.
So do you guys think then that action is going to be taken against these players? Eventually, it's going to get to that point maybe where they're going to be punished in some way if they do kneel.
Well, check it out. As any employer, right? Any employer, there's how would I say it, man? Employees have to abide by certain conduct.
Absolutely.
Right?
Code of
There's
conduct.
a code of conduct.
Right? I mean,
you represent
you have to, right?
But
you're wearing the team jersey.
Right.
You're representing this company. You're representing this. Yeah, absolutely.
there are certain rules, man. Come on.
You just got to do what you got to do.
Which is, I'm all cool about the protest, but dude, they're losing money now.
Sure.
They're starting to lose money.
Sure.
So there's probably going to be some, like you said, there's adjustments, right?
Sure.
So maybe that's what's happening now, right? They're adjusting, and they're maybe saying, fuck, maybe we shouldn't do it during the national anthem. Because it is kind of, I don't know whether it's in their minds or not, but I've heard some interviews of some players and stuff like that, and they're saying, it's just like they're all for the injustice of, like, I guess there's a black dude that was doing the interview. He's like, there's a disproportionate amount of deaths by cops, and that's why I'm protesting this. Basically, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But then there's a lot of people that are saying, why don't you go out to the fucking communities, asshole?
Absolutely.
Instead of doing it on national television.
True.
Right?
True.
And but these guys, I don't know if they do that technically, but they never had a response to that stuff.
That's a good idea, an alternative to what it is that's going on. Go out to the communities, help out that way. But at the same time, they do have the freedom to do what they're doing right now.
Right.
I mean, that's what everybody's fighting for.
Well, see, and
Yes
that's
and
where it gets skewed, and it goes back to the point of the code of conduct is that I have the right to go ahead and say whatever the hell I want. It's freedom of speech, but do I have the freedom to walk into the company that I work for?
Right.
Do I have the freedom to come in there and tell somebody that they fucked up? Can I say that to somebody? No, I can't.
No, you
I
can't.
have to go ahead and make
can't
sure
if you're Dre.
that I choose my words wise.
Yeah.
If
You
you're the
can't be
king of
Dre
your
Day all
company,
day.
you can
If
say whatever
you're-
you want.
If you're
That's true.
producer
Right?
Dre,
You-
you
yeah.
can.
I
You
tell
can
people all
say
the time,
that.
you fucked
Producer,
up.
CEO, King Dre.
I always have to be like, oh, I'm sorry to say this, but you fucked up. I don't know how to say this to you, sir, but you fucked up.
I mean, sir,
No,
there's no other way of saying it, but you fucked up.
Yeah. Hey, you know, it's
I'm
cool,
not
it's
gonna
cool, man.
sugarcoat it for you,
I know,
lad.
I know you're mad, but
You
it's cool.
fucking
It's
blew
because
it.
you fucked up, so I don't know what to tell you.
You know what? Your parents shouldn't have got married.
Your mom should have aborted.
You were an accident.
Your mom fucked up.
I'm sorry.
But crazy shit, right? So
Yeah.
there's a lot of fine lines in there, and yeah, they do have the right. I mean, the owners do have the right to
Sure.
Take action.
yeah, execute their laws or regulations,
Right,
but they don't, right? Because they paid for these top talent, right?
Okay.
They got a lot of money invested in these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Right? You just can't go bust second string and
Right.
expect to win, right? So that's
Right.
why I think they're lenient.
Okay.
And it's crazy to
Okay.
go. So, like, if you look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? Pittsburgh Steelers decided, I think it was week 4. Yeah, I think it was last week.
Mhm.
They decided that they weren't going to come out for the anthem at all.
Oh, wow.
Just period. They were going to keep everybody inside in the locker room until it was all said and done.
Okay.
And then once it was all said and done, they were all going to come out, right? So that was just the way that they were going to handle it. They were just
Right.
How did
their
the fans
PR
take
people,
that?
I would love to know how they would have taken that if one thing hadn't happened. One of their players, and I'm pretty sure this is accurate. One of their players, I believe, served in the military,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
I know what
And
you're talking
he
about.
came from out of the locker room
All by himself.
and he stood with his
Yeah,
right
he
hand
was-
over his heart,
Okay.
and
okay.
he sat there for the anthem. The cameras caught him,
He was in
and
the
so
Marines,
then
yeah.
that was just an issue in itself.
Oh,
in that
wow.
week, and you know, it was headlines and like, oh, this dude, blah blah blah, he's making a
Yeah,
stance, he's
but-
telling this team to fuck off, you know, and it's like,
Not really, dude.
It
Yeah.
wasn't really like that, dude.
Nah,
like
yeah,
this
yeah.
guy just really wanted to go out there
Right.
because he's proud of what he's done in
Right.
his lifetime, and
Yeah.
he should be able to go out there and do
Yeah.
that
Right.
kind of thing.
And you know
it
what?
is what
I mean,
it is.
Honestly, he's part of a team, so I'm sure like the teammates.
wow.
If he decided to do that, then they're going to support him. I mean, if they're a really good team, they have to have a close bond. You know what I mean? They
Sure.
work together in and out all the time, so I'm sure that he got some support. I don't think there was any beef. I hope there wasn't any beef because that would cause trouble in itself, right there.
Well, he had to come out and make a public announcement, right? And he had to really just
Okay.
go ahead and tell people, guys, it was not what you think it was. Anybody
Yeah.
saying that I had an ulterior motive is incorrect. I just went out there and just wanted to be there for the anthem.
Right.
It
Right.
wasn't anything like he was just so apologetic about it. And it's like, he shouldn't have to
He shouldn't have to
apologize
apologize.
for
Yeah.
wanting to go out
That's
there
very true.
and put his right hand over his heart and
Right.
just be a good American, right?
Good
like
American.
just America, bro. You know, he didn't have to do any of that
But, you know,
stuff,
isn't
but he
that-
did.
Isn't that funny how we are all individuals, but yet we're considered groups, right? We're classified, right? So, goddamn, man, it's kind of crazy. You can't fucking do something without someone saying something else. I mean, getting 50,000 different opinions about it.
Absolutely,
Right?
and that's the power of social media nowadays, man.
Yeah, it's
is
very
that you know
powerful.
it used to be where you had an issue, you would only really talk about these because right they would say that you don't talk about what are the things that you don't ever talk about. You don't talk about politics and you don't talk about religion. Though that used to be a thing.
Dude, it
People
still
would-
is a thing, man.
It's not true though, but
What do you
people
mean?
get into it all the time.
Now,
mean?
yeah.
People get into it.
No, when I-
randomly on social media.
Oh, yeah.
People are constantly arguing with one another over
Oh.
both of those things.
Right.
You know,
Oh,
they're just
you mean like a taboo to not? Yeah.
Pistol
People
Pete
love
just
that
wham,
shit.
wham, wham.
Yeah,
You know,
people
they're
love-
loving it right now.
Yeah.
And it's wild to me because it used to be you'd have a conversation with somebody and if you were comfortable enough with that person, they either shared your view or did not share your view.
Right.
But if they didn't share your view, it just kind of came to one of those things where,
Hey, we
just,
both disagree.
We
Agree to
disagree,
disagree.
and it's cool. No worries.
No,
but now
but-
there's freaking militias, dude.
Yeah, people
and
take
people are
sides,
getting,
man.
they're taking sides, and there's no. I mean, you're just never, ever, ever. No one on this planet is ever going to agree
Right.
on anything.
So, well, not on
You know what?
everything.
On
Yeah.
anything.
I bet to a certain point, man, I think the media probably blows this shit up.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
No.
They want
That's
ratings.
Hold on. The polarity. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like us in this room, we have different views about shit, right? Whatever. But we are not fucking beating each other. Oh, fuck. Here it goes. All right, what do you got to say? Fucking, what kind of ass thing are you going to say now?
You saw my view.
That's how you
But,
feel.
You saw the way I see things,
but you know what?
motherfuckers.
I think maybe a lot of people do. It's okay to disagree with one another. I think
Right.
everybody's kind of relatively cool about it, but there's some hotheads out there, right?
Yeah, most
that have to
definitely.
take sides, right?
Well, see, and that's the thing, right? So the first thing I said to you guys last week on the shows, right? Every asshole has an opinion, or every person has an opinion, right? But
Okay.
like,
Damn, you
right,
cleaned it up.
every
you made it PG-13. That's nice, man.
Whoa. Let me
Right?
retract.
everybody's got one. It's like an asshole,
Right.
right? Everybody's got one. But my point is that if you don't take the time to listen to anything from anybody else,
Right.
you're just gonna keep being that asshole, and you're gonna be stubborn, and you're gonna be angry, you're gonna be upset, and you're just gonna be sour.
Right.
And
Yeah.
why do you want that kind of existence?
You know, it's funny because people do feel comfortable in their box. Right?
Sure,
and
their
they
bubbles.
They don't want to go
Absolutely.
outside that box, man.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's a whole world out there that they don't
Uh-huh.
know. It's a comfort zone. There's this one guy that we work with, and he's a sweetheart of a guy. He's really loyal and everything. And but he has issues with even just talking to people, right?
Really?
Talking over the phone to people. He's very. I
Okay.
don't want to say he's not antisocial. I mean, he gets along with everybody.
It's
but,
just difficult for
but
him to.
yeah, it's like there's this wall, right?
Okay.
And it's just like that for other things, like people trying to understand other people's religions, other people's views.
Sure.
I mean, it's just like it's not what I validate myself with, right?
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
And
yeah.
it's like, you know, I could be like, I'm Catholic, right? I'm like, this is my religion, blah blah blah. It's like, this is what I identify with. If you come with me for Protestant shit, I'll be like, motherfucker, you know. it's like you know, it's all about the same thing. You know, it's all
Right.
about the same thing. But people take identity with this stuff, and it
Right.
really crumbles. They don't know who they are if they
If
accept
not
your
for
point of
that.
view.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
no, it's
that's
true.
some crazy shit.
So when
Yeah.
you attack it or when you combat it
You're
in any
literally
way, shape, or
attacking
form,
them.
you're literally attacking who they
you're
are.
defending yourself.
Yeah, and it's just, and that's where it gets kind of crazy, and that's
Yeah.
how people get all hot-headed about certain things, and that's why it's so crazy because it's face to face, man. Having a conversation about that sort of thing.
Right.
I mean, you can go ahead and keep it mild tempered. You can still go ahead and get your point across. I've seen some conversations get a little out of hand or whatnot, but man. On the internet, holy jeez,
People go-
there's no filter.
no holds
They
barred.
go for the jugular
yeah. You know-
immediately.
you know why, right?
You're
You know,
because
you-
you're a fucking retard.
Because you're fucking stupid.
You're
You're
a
a
dumbass.
Because they're
Fuck your
hiding
beliefs.
behind an ISP, man.
Yeah.
You know, they're on the
Yeah.
phone. They don't give a shit.
Well, now, do you
There's
think those
a
people would be the
sense-
same person to person?
No, hell no.
Hell
dude.
no,
No,
dude.
right?
Have you met me?
No way.
Have you met me?
There are some.
Have you met me?
You're
There will
a
always be
special case
some
right here, man.
exceptions to the rule.
So I was
Dude.
I was at the Ciclovia, and there was this dude, and there's this parts where you have to get off your bike, right? And
Okay.
everybody's off their bike, and this guy's on his bike. He's on a tri, and he's riding through the crowd on his
Okay.
bike, and then
Uh-huh.
he gets in my way. He bumps into somebody else, and I go, "Dude, it's dismount area," and he goes, "I'm handicapped."
And how did that make you feel?
I just walked away. What was I supposed to say?
You didn't say anything. You just walked away.
It's like, fuck you, you're handicapped.
Damn it.
Yeah, it was like,
And your damn
He
free
got
parking
me.
close to the door.
But my point is that douche had to walk too. Equal rights.
Well, talking about hotheads, right? You know,
Okay.
we had another big event happen recently at a concert,
boy.
Western concert.
Oh, boy.
man.
Dude, one of the biggest massacres, right, in history.
True.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely going down in history. Another event that, an atrocity to that happened in America. And why does this keep happening in this fucking country, dude?
That's a really,
God damn it,
that's
dude.
a really good question.
It just pisses me
Why?
off because, you know, the thing about this event, and for those of you that don't know, if you live under a rock or something, we're talking about Las Vegas, what happened over the
Oh, is that
weekend.
what we're talking
Guy-
Yeah.
You know, guys, I have some footage directly from the cams of cops.
Let's
Hit
see it.
Dre.
Okay, let's see that.
It's fucking. It gives you the really firsthand of what it's like on ground, dude. Check this out.
All right.
All right, fucking awesome
Yeah.
footage.
There it is.
It's like super cool.
Oh, man.
There it is.
Oh, shit.
I know we were playing video. I would have had it set
All
up.
right. Well, eventually when it gets on there.
yeah.
So basically, this is footage from the cops on the ground.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
You know how they
Okay.
all have their cams on their shoulders and shit. right? To follow him around just because you don't.
No, so they had him on this time.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, you know what? Fuck it.
They're like, oh, this is something. I should probably flick this one on this time. There you go.
Could you imagine, like in that situation? Okay, you're a cop and you're in that situation. Ground zero. Everything's going on. People are going crazy.
Yeah.
How do you think you would react to something like that?
I don't know. Did I know about it or not?
Did you know? Did you know it was happening at the time?
No. Did you know it was gonna happen?
Of course not.
No?
Well,
you don't know that?
Let's talk about hotheads, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, hotheads, right? Obviously, what do you guys think about gun laws? Because this motherfucker was packing, man.
Right.
He had some serious assault weapons in his room, right?
Dude,
with cartridges, fucking all kinds of ammo, man. Go ahead, man.
Did he act on his own?
That's.
Did he really act on his own?
There's a conspiracy that he didn't.
And that's.
I don't know.
And listen, at the end of the day, the information
because he had luggage, dude. It was like a lot of fucking rifles.
Sure. But I mean, but again, so nowadays, with all the surveillance footage that there is everywhere,
right?
You're telling me that there hasn't been one video that has surfaced from any one of those hotels that will show the guy walking in there.
It's not unlikely that people carry luggage into their rooms.
Yeah,
right?
man.
But the shit's sealed up. Unless you have cameras on the inside.
So there was something that came out where, and I don't know how true this is, but
sure.
It was reported that the individual that did the shooting left in his car. He was recorded leaving at this time, and then that somebody and not staff opened his door.
Right.
So who would that be?
Interesting.
Who can open the door besides staff? And apparently it wasn't staff.
Interesting.
While he was gone, while he was away.
Interesting, man.
Yeah.
But long story short, man, this guy, if again, like you just mentioned, if you're under a rock, this guy massacred from long range, right? From a high tower, Mandalay Bay, to the cross the street to a large, very, very densely packed of individuals having fun concert, right?
Country music festival or something like that, or some kind of country music concert, something like that, right?
So this was eventually if you get the video up, you'll hear on the ground, you just hear the rat tat 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 tat. I mean, just like this guy must have been rifling two rifles at the same, shooting off two rifles at the same time.
And that's what's driving me. That's what's driving me just absolutely bananas insane, dude. I mean, it's just banana ham sandwich the way that this guy would go ahead and just let off on all these people, and with no help. With no help. I just don't see that a guy can really go ahead and do something like that,
all of that,
and just do all that damage solo.
And apparently he shot for like 11 minutes before
before somebody busted in.
Before somebody busted in.
For me, one dude can do all this shit because this is automatic shit.
But here's the thing, though, too, is that what floor was he on?
He's probably
32.
like 30?
32.
32nd
See,
floor.
I've heard 19th. I've heard 4th. Okay. I've heard several. So I don't know. The video that I saw, at least. Right, like the flashes that are coming from the building that I saw. I don't know, man. I couldn't tell if it was 1932nd.
Well, you see a big old gaping hole inside the building. I mean, the side of the building.
All I see is flashes from the building.
Well,
right?
and all the buildings have glass, and they all have reflective glass, right? Because it's hot out there. They want thermal to insulate. But all this rat-tat stuff, all this stuff shooting off, it's echoing everywhere, literally everywhere, man.
Yeah,
and the flashes are obviously reflecting off of everything.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Most definitely, considering the area that they were in, those sounds, they're going to come from all over the place because of how wide it was an open area.
Right. Yeah,
so
yeah.
everybody was running every which way, not knowing where the fuck the bullets were coming from, dude. Everybody was scared.
But I was amazed at all the people that were holding out their phones taking videos while all this shit is happening.
Yeah,
I'm not joking, dude.
The power of social media, dude.
No, dude, get out of here. Are you shitting me? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gunshots. I'm watching people hit the deck. I'm gone.
I'm gone. Yeah, me
that.
too. Me too.
I'm not. Well, I don't give a shit. Well, what am I gonna get on my Snapchat if I decide to go ahead and share this story? Forget that, bro. I'm out.
I'm
so to
gone.
watch people just to see that in itself, and watch people hold their phone and really focus on people running by them and running away and then panning towards the building like they're freaking nothing's gonna happen to them. That's crazy.
Check it out, man. There's a psychology. I forgot what it's actually called. It's this distancing.
Okay.
That camera people. There was like a movie about this.
Okay.
That you don't feel like you're there when you're filming.
When you're behind the
As
camera.
long as you've got the
Right. There's a distancing of that.
Sense of invincibility.
I don't know.
behind the
I
camera.
have no idea.
Those guys are getting shot in the head.
Right.
my
Those are the
God.
guys
It's
like
happening.
reporters and stuff. That's why they film people just getting fucking, instead of helping them, they just
Yeah.
film them.
Just film.
Dude,
Right?
that's so right.
Yeah.
That's so right because
Right.
I've seen so many. What is it? World Star Hip Hop.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, so many videos of these dudes getting laid out, just twitching on the ground, and nobody's doing a fucking thing.
Well, you know what? Another thing
They're
is that
just
when
yelling, bro.
when you're in a crowd of people, the
Sure.
sense of responsibility on you is way less.
Absolutely.
Than if it's just you
Everyone's
and an
waiting for
individual.
someone to step in.
Yeah, everybody's just looking
You-
and like,
you
who's
gonna
are
do
you
it?
gonna do it? I'm not gonna do it.
I'm not doing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
I don't know him.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it
He
is-
picked a
it's
fight
kinda
anyway.
crazy.
Fuck him.
But let's talk a little bit about the guy himself. He was an accountant, right?
Yeah, he
From what
was
I
a
understand.
rich dude. He was wealthy.
Mm.
From
Okay.
what I heard, he was a millionaire. He had essentially everything. And I also heard that right before the incident, he sent his wife to Thailand, I think.
No,
to go-
Philippines.
the Philippines to go
Okay.
visit
That's
family.
racist.
He paid for. I'm
It's
sorry.
not. It's
I'm
not all
sorry.
the same.
Thanks for standing up for all the Filipinos out there.
But
Dre.
he
Thanks,
sent
man.
her away to go visit family, and he also gave her like $110,000 to go over there, and then when just to get away, and then he did what he did. And what do you guys think about that?
That's wow. I mean, just wow.
The dude.
Why- I mean, you had to have known going into this situation, right? If you were the person behind the wheel on this entire situation, you had to know that you're not coming back, right?
Right.
You know you're not coming back, right?
Right.
You knew that this was that's the last man standing stuff. So my question is this: is like, of all of it, let's just go ahead and let's say that this guy did this all on his own. He really planned this out by himself. He did it. What is the motive?
That's
What's
that's
the
a
motive?
question on everybody's mind.
Because right now they're already talking about they're going to turn Las Vegas into a fucking airport, and TSA is going to be all up in everybody's ass. You're going to start seeing all kinds of checkpoints and things like that just to
Right.
get into your goddamn room.
Jesus.
Right.
And I mean that just I don't
Well,
I
you
don't
know-
know,
you
man.
know,
I don't know about all that. I
it-
like Vegas because it's Vegas, dude.
Because
And
of
if
freedom.
Vegas starts being a dick, I'm gonna stop going to Vegas, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
So what? It's gonna affect.
It's about safety, dude. It's about safety.
Not
your-
sure,
not your
dude.
fun.
TSA, right?
But check it out, man.
It's
you
an
know,
illusion.
There's a lot of theories like, hey, they should ban assault weapons. You know, there's this funny statistic where it's like less than 10% of the population has weapons, right?
Okay.
But of that 10%, like they own like 70% of all the weapons,
Holy shit.
Wow.
right? It's something super,
That's
off,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
right? So you can remove the weapons, right? But you can just go to Home Depot and
Those
make
people
yourself
are
like
still those
chemicals
people.
and make yourself a fucking bomb if you
Those
want.
people are still
Right?
gonna be those
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
Regardless.
So it doesn't
Mhm.
matter if you remove, wrap them in toilet paper. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter what the fuck
Right.
you do with them. They'll
Right.
find a way to fucking kill people.
Sure.
Right.
Because
So-
they're that type of person.
So I'm thinking, man, maybe this guy, God, it's the motive is fascinating. It really is. You don't know anything about this guy's life, right?
Right.
At all.
Nope.
But an accountant is, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming I've seen accountants and they're just fucking, busting numbers on a desk from 9 to 5. They hate their fucking life generally.
You think that would have triggered something? Like he
You know,
just
ma-
fucking snapped
You know
one
what?
day?
don't think enough to go ahead and take out that many people.
Yeah, not because of
And
your
I don't
job,
care
right?
how drunk he got. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think that
There's
that's what
something.
you
There
wanted
has to be
do.
something way
There's
deeper.
there's
Maybe
some
something
people
within
that
his
have
childhood.
there's
or
some
something.
people that have a sense of morale, but others don't. Some people are just psychotic, man. They
Okay.
literally they have a I would say a separation.
A disconnect.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
of what is okay.
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
And I'm sure this guy was just like somebody that was probably repressing a lot of anger for a long time, and he said, "Fuck it, I'm checking out, man."
A lot
Yeah.
of people have, from what I read, a lot of people also report that he was usually a dick. Like his
Oh,
wife
was he?
was really nice, and that he was usually distant from everybody when in any social engagement.
So
Right.
that's
There you
that's
go.
kind of
There you
funny
go.
because
Yeah.
right. So you look at a guy
So
like
he hated people. He didn't like socializing with
I mean, most murderers, right? What do they? How do they start? Right? They all start killing like animals and things
Right,
like that,
right.
right?
Well,
Torturing
they're
things.
generally
and-
sociopaths. Like
Yeah,
they're
sure.
disconnected. They're disconnected
Absolutely.
from just
pretty much
pain
anything.
or any behavior that's good to people. Right? They're just
Right.
completely
Right.
disconnected. So
Right.
they can stick fucking firecrackers up fucking cats' asses and shit. Right?
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
give a fuck.
No,
it's
they
like
don't give a shit.
it's just some
Mhm.
sort of animal
It's
that's
just
walking
another
around.
thing that they're doing, like
Yeah, yeah,
normal
yeah,
life.
yeah.
It's
So-
like I'm
so-
eating breakfast. Like fuck.
psychopaths or sociopaths, they're usually people that are distanced. They're usually offstanding because they don't like to connect with people, right? They don't like the humility. So for him, from that stage of story, from that level, that was just a sea of whatever the hell it was. Maybe it was like a video game to the guy, right? At that particular moment, right?
Yeah,
because he was probably zoned out, right? Probably on
That's
some
a
sort of
dope ass Grand Theft Auto.
Wow,
Yeah, bro.
damn, man.
That's a serious sniper shot right there,
but
bro.
he,
Like,
it was
zombies.
That's another thing why a lot of people are saying that maybe he didn't work on his own because he has no military training
Right.
prior to this or anything. There's no known training at all.
Right.
So how can somebody without this particular type of training do something like this?
Well, there's shooting ranges, dude. You can go to shooting
Yeah,
ranges.
well, I mean, I don't know, man. You can teach yourself how to shoot. Like,
It's not
as long
that
as you know,
complicated.
you hang out, you hang
You
around,
could.
you hang out enough with the right people in the right places, and you know, you'll eventually learn how to shoot. Somebody's gonna go ahead and teach you.
Go ahead.
Oh, should I not share that opinion? I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, your mic.
You're
went
being
out. That's-
censored, man.
I thought the man didn't like what I was saying.
Yeah.
But
I don't
no,
like what you're saying. Fuck that.
King Dre has spoken.
I'm the man.
But
I'm the man.
here's another point.
Shut the fuck up.
Here's another
Joe.
point. Individuals that generally have a lot of weapons, right?
Sure.
Weapons are for what, dude? Shooting up fucking watermelons?
A lot
What the
of
fuck are
people's
they
argument
for?
is protection.
Dude, and that's
protection.
Protection. Obviously, taking out another biological form.
Right.
It has to be right. What's the point of that? So,
Yeah.
so what do you guys think about fucking psychology tests and shit for fucking even people getting weapons and shit? That should be in place if it isn't, right?
Yeah,
But
no,
that-
that's true.
And that goes into
That's
place
true.
with gun laws, right? Or
Sure.
stricter gun laws. Do you
But
believe
but
in
that'll
that?
but that'll on the other end, it'll never stop someone from getting weapons, right? It'll just
Right.
never will,
Well,
right?
And that's, I don't know, man. And I just see, so like I'm saying, it's like I don't have the answer.
Yeah,
I don't,
that's a
I
tough
don't
one,
have
dude.
the answer to this to the situation. It's a tough one, man.
Yeah.
You know, you just can't have everything, right? So something's always going to be a bit uncomfortable, or it's not going to sit well with certain people. The unfortunate part is that this kind of thing keeps happening, and no action is being taken whatsoever.
But what action can you do?
What can you do? And so
Right.
the only thing you can
can
do
be a
is
police state,
Yeah,
and that's pretty bummer, right?
That
you
sounds
even
crappy.
said yourself. You even said yourself.
That does sound.
You even
that
said yourself.
sounds shitty.
You even said yourself. You're not going to Vegas if they're going police state. Right?
Oh, dude, if it's gonna be like that, and I have to go ahead and just kind of, like what? No
It's not
way,
worth
dude.
it.
It's not worth it. It's
Right.
totally not worth it, man.
Right.
You dig
because,
the freedom.
Well, yeah, dude. Because I mean, at the end of the day, the Constitution, the way it was written, was for us to be able to go ahead and protect ourselves from any enemy, right? Foreign or domestic,
Right.
So that's the idea behind that. Now, does everybody need an AR?
No.
I don't know about that, but we should be able to have it if we want it, right? But every once in a while, you're gonna get a bad egg that's gonna go ahead and do some dumb shit,
And crack.
and that's just human nature.
Right.
Human nature is gonna. There's always gonna be someone outstanding that is gonna go ahead and do something so crippling to just our society that we're gonna want to do something about it. I mean, look at. I mean, the prime example, I'll give you the example of 9/11, right? Like, how has that changed every airport in America
Oh, yeah.
since that day? Because some asshole came in and did something just crazy,
Completely
right?
off the grid.
Completely crazy,
Well,
off the grid, wild.
The pilots were actually pilots, right? They went to piloting school, right?
Really?
Yeah, they were
What?
actually legit pilots, man.
That's
So-
crazy.
Yeah. So
then we should have never done anything with TSA. We should have done something about pilots. And them getting...
Well, there's a lot.
right?
There's a lot of vetting now. These guys are from Middle East. They were registered from the Middle East and blah blah blah. But they went to the school in Florida
Okay.
for piloting, and
So they
they're
did
like
everything
they're
by
like,
the book.
Yeah. So they're like, motherfucker.
Christ.
We should
We
have
trained 'em.
We should have vetted them a little bit better, right? But
Sure.
But there's a lot of theories that I've heard that. That's kind of how the terrorists work. They go in, 15 years before
Yeah.
something happens.
Oh, yeah.
And to get into the system, and then until you execute what you need to execute, right? But
Shit.
but stepping back to the cop thing and the assault weapons and all that stuff. It's funny. Texas, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys ever been to Texas, but they have the right to bear arms there.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've been there. Well, I passed by Texas.
Yeah.
I wasn't in there, but yeah, I passed by in the car.
I've been there, and everybody's fucking rocking a fucking pistol on. They're like fucking.
Dude.
It's
An
the old
open
west.
carry is no
Dude.
joke,
But
right?
check this shit out. They
Yeah.
literally. I mean, I don't know all the specifics of the statistics, but they have less theoretically like homicides there or robberies because they know the motherfucker standing right behind him is packing.
Yeah,
right.
Don't fuck around.
So what do you think of that? Do you think that's a solution, a type of solution? Like if everybody's packing, do you think everybody shoot back at the fucking window or what?
We'll see to counter that. As much as I think that it would make a difference to go ahead and just arm everybody and it'd be like the Wild fucking West, right? Like I think as effective as that might be, right? It still comes down to the fact where I've seen a video where they ran a test, right? And they ran a white dude and he was doing open carry.
Yeah.
Right? And he was just walking around with an assault rifle on his back, no problem. And they just came up to him, asked him a couple questions, and like, oh, we're just concerned because, you know, you're just walking around, pacing around the neighborhood.
They didn't even pull a weapon on him.
All right, sir, have a nice day.
Yeah.
Same day, black dude with an assault rifle, get down on the ground now.
No shit.
It was
open
night
carry.
Where was this?
and day.
Where was this?
Had to be Texas.
It was an
It
open
had
carry
to be.
state.
It was an open carry state, though.
Yeah.
And so there's that. But also, you look at a place like I think Australia, and Jim Jeffries does a really good bit about it, and Jim Jeffries is great. But yeah, he does a good skit about it, and apparently they went ahead and they outlawed guns completely in like '96.
Wow.
Or 96 or 98, something along those lines. And yeah, I mean, you know, they haven't had a mass shooting since.
Oh man.
So, you know, like
There's
what
two
do you
sides
do?
to the ball, man.
What do you do?
Two coins.
And I just don't, and I feel that America we're never gonna agree. And if you do one thing, one side's not gonna be happy. If you continue doing nothing, then the other side's not gonna be happy. And then eventually someone else is gonna do this dumb shit again. And we're going to have this conversation again.
And then you get Hitler.
Later in the year.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, there's no solution to this, people. Well, hey, guys, stay tuned. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in about 2 minutes with some classic Jaggaroo.
Oh, yeah.
And just curl up to your favorite person because it's going to get scary, people.
Mine is
It's going to get real scary.
Angel, you want to cuddle?
Okay.
All right, dudes, be
Can I
out.
take
I'll
my
see you in a
shirt
little bit.
off?
Hey, what's up? This is JD Marceau from the JAG Radio, and
You want to go with goodgeeks.com.
For unlimited Wi-Fi.
Unlimited. Now, $200. That's all you got to pay for the best fucking unlimited internet.
Dude, that's fucking device plus 3 months of unlimited service. That means device, fucking unlimited Netflix, unlimited fucking music, and fucking
Unlimited
drinking and shit.
fucks.
You can,
Yeah.
unlimited fucks too, man.
Goodgeeks.com.
I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Where did you come from, baby? How did you know I needed you? How did you know I needed you so badly? How did you know I'd give my heart gladly? Yesterday, I was one of the lonely people. Now you're lying close to me, making love to me. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Where did you come from, angel? How did you know I'd be the one? Did you know you're everything I prayed for? Did you know every night and day for? Every day, needing love and satisfaction. Now you're lying next to me, giving it to me. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Ah, kiss me, you sexy thing. Touch me, baby, you sexy thing. I love the way you touch me, darling. You sexy thing. Oh, sexy, you sexy thing. Yesterday, I was one of the lonely people. Now your love comes to me, giving it to me. I believe in miracles. Where you from? You sexy thing, you. I believe in miracles. Since you came along, you sexy thing. Oh, touch me. Kiss me, darling. I love the way you hold me, baby. Ah, it's ecstasy. Ah, it's ecstasy. Kiss me, baby. I love the way you kiss me, darling. Ah, sexy. Love the way you hold me. Keep on loving me, darling. Keep on loving me, baby.
We're back.
Damn. Another smooth transition from Dre, producer Dre,
Oh,
or King
yeah.
Dre.
What the fuck is that?
King Dre. What is that? Yeah, what is that
That's
noise?
that's the crypt, bro. It's opening up right now. It's the fucking Halloween.
That just sounds like alien
it's
music.
it's Freddy Krueger fucking running his clogs across
Oh,
pipes and shit.
you know what? The video was playing.
Oh, was it?
Oh.
Oh, damn, that's pretty awesome.
All right, that shit scared
Or
the
it
crap
could've
out
been
of
that
me.
That's
too.
scary, dude. I was like, what the fuck is going on here?
All right, man. So take it away, Mister.
Well, this is another J or Nay. What I have here is hospital video of ghostly activity, and as all the listeners know, hospitals seem to be a hotspot for activity. Obviously associated with like a lot of death. And sometimes it could be that people cling on to where they
Hung out.
took their last breath. So I want to show you guys this and see what you guys think.
Later.
Play.
Damn, he's scary, dude.
That's it?
Fucking
That guy's
guy,
freaky
man.
looking.
Noticias de última hora.
Argentina.
Argentina is it's in English, and the other part was in Spanish.
Now this is a security camera of the hospital, and there's a few things that are going on. This is just that's not real. That's just the intro to the video from this guy.
That's so much scarier than the video.
I know.
I
it's
was
fucking
gonna
freaky.
say, dude, she's there, man. It's real, bro.
Right there in the middle of the
Would you
screen,
guys
dude.
piss your pants if you saw that?
No,
If I saw it,
I'd
Yes.
say, little girl, are you lost? In
Are
the,
you
in
lost,
the hallway?
little girl?
I would be like, little girl, how old are you?
Can you show me
Yeah,
ID?
Okay, so this is the video. As you see, there was a cart right there. If you can rewind that a little bit, Dre, there was a hospital bed, essentially, or one of those fucking little
Gurneys.
things. Gurneys, there you go, that moves by itself. It's outside on its own, and it's moving by itself, okay? And then, it's chill for a while. It moves again in a little bit, as you see, and then somebody actually sees the movement. So there it goes, moving again, twice. It's moving on its own. There's nobody around. That's the hospital security cam. And then this guy, I'm gonna fucking walk up. Nope. I'm gonna walk
It's
away.
like, I wait,
Fuck that shit.
but in Argentina.
And this is in Argentina, in a hospital in Argentina. So this guy sees that and he walks away. He's like, fuck that. You can cut it. Oh. And then that shit starts moving again.
He's like, fuck that shit.
Dude, can the fucking ghost treat patients, right? You can move the gurney around all
Look
you
at that.
fucking want.
It just keeps moving. Now, wind, that one has a little force on it right there.
Yeah. It's definitely nothing looks like it's pushing it, so.
And then it moves on its own again. More force. Bam, hit the pole, and then fall over, tip over.
Does he pick it up and put it back on the ground? And
Nah, the guy took off. He's like, fuck that shit. All right, you could cut it right there.
Yeah, he bolted pretty fast. He's
Yeah.
like, nope, nope.
No.
So I
Fuck
mean,
all that.
I saw that video and I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, something an outside cam caught. Angel, what do you think, Jay or nay?
I immediately say nay.
Why?
Because I saw it being pulled towards just like a set of trees that was over there, and then I retracted my original thought because then it came back the other way.
Then it came back the other way.
Yeah, and then it was kind of,
Going back and forth.
And that was kind of the thing. Like, I thought that maybe it was sitting there, maybe
Being
it was on a
pulled.
string or something like that. Like, and they had like some kind of pulley system around the tree where somebody was just yanking on it and pulling it a certain way, but then it started coming back, and it just didn't look to me like it was being pulled in a certain direction. It just kind of was a little bit off and
Just
just
going all over the
random.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't know how to feel about it.
So what do you?
Don't be scared, dude.
So then, what
Don't
do
be
you say?
scared.
Do you say Jay or nay?
If I was that guy
Yeah.
that was there and
Yeah.
I saw that,
Yeah.
I'd say fucking yay.
Yeah. Jay?
If I was there,
We
if I
got
was
a Jay.
there,
We got a Jay. Oh my God, I'm
if
so
I
hard
was
right
that
now.
guy though,
Oh, okay.
if I was that guy,
But
I'm not that guy.
you're not that guy. So
I'm not that guy.
You're his
nay?
brother.
Yeah.
We didn't want to tell you, but you're actually his brother.
Here
No,
is 99%.
I'm fucking Argentinian. Oh wow.
99%.
De Argentina, te
Son
gusta
of
el
a
pollo.
bitch.
¿Quieres ir a la calle?
El bistec y la
Oh,
parrilla en la
man.
calle.
¿A dónde están las llaves?
George, what do you think, man?
Yeah, that's pretty awesome, dude.
Jay or
That was,
nay?
that was a good one, man.
What do you think about it? What do you think is going on?
I like the randomness of the force.
Okay.
The like he was describing, it was going in different directions, and it did seem to have like random
Movements.
non directional pull or movement. So that's I'm all for it. I'm all for that shit.
Oh, so we
Pretty awesome.
And Dre Day all day. I think I know your answer, or I know your answer, but still, what do you think?
I think
You probably shouldn't ask that question. That's right. You may regret it really
He's the
soon.
king. He's the king. He has to be.
Gotta
he has
ask the king.
I think that guy he knows what he did, and that's why he got the fuck out of there without saying anything. He knows what he did. He knows what was going on.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
All right,
Okay.
all right,
Okay.
all right.
That guy's reaction was pretty fucking.
Maybe it was like a
I don't know.
flatliner situation.
He immediately went like.
He saw it and went,
nope. No, gone. I'm gone. Bye bye.
Se me quedaron los cigarrillos de atrás del boliche.
Ay, se me olvidó algo en el carro. Tengo
En
que
el
ir.
coche.
Se me olvidó mi sándwich.
En el coche.
En el
Tengo que
coche.
But
regresar el
that was
coche.
pretty. You know, my step cousin-in-law. I don't know how the fuck you just from a second or third marriage from my uncle.
Yeah.
Holy crap, that's
yeah,
a whole
it's
lot.
distant, dude.
Wow,
I can't even
Dude,
begin
because
to.
of
Oh my
sister
God,
that
dude, I couldn't
knew
even
from
fathom
way
that
back in the
sentence.
70s.
I can't.
I don't even know how you
even
come
understand
to terms with that relation.
I don't even understand how to organize people after
Wow.
that.
Wow.
Right? So the whole thing is,
Wow.
she
Some
works
person, you know.
Yeah, she works in a hospital, right?
Okay.
And fuck, dude, I know she's euthanized people, man.
But
But she's done it out of like caring for these people,
Right.
Absolutely.
Because
They're in
they,
pain.
they're in. I mean, they do that shit. The nurses do that shit, man.
Wait.
They-
So you're talking about euthanizing with consent? Everybody knows.
Sure.
Oh,
Right.
Oh my God.
No,
Doing
not,
them
no,
a favor.
Well, no.
It's murder.
They're, you know,
It's murder. It's
Murder.
but they didn't hear that from me. Not at all.
Not at all. It's a good thing we don't know who's related to you
Yeah. Not
in
at all.
some way,
Good
shape, or
thing
form.
we don't know
It could've
the
been a
girls,
15th
sisters,
cousin
brothers,
from,
So glad that it
cousins
wasn't your
Argentina.
cousin's sister's nephew
from
from
Texas.
From Texas, Alabama.
but originally born
you
in
know,
Argentina.
But like when my mom passed away, the nurse, she gave her a lot of opiates, man, just
Right.
like to make her comfortable throughout
Right.
the process or whatever it may be. And that's a common trait, dude. That's
Yeah.
a common thing that they
Yeah.
all do.
Yeah.
And so they won't feel a damn thing as it's going happening.
So what do you guys think about that euthanasia? Like, I mean, if somebody's in so much pain, like if you were a nurse, if you were,
Yeah, let
would
him
you do
go.
it? Would you do it?
Yeah, let him go.
You yourself?
What are you talking
Okay.
about?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Get him the fuck out of
You
here.
know, but there's some people like again, it's a Western society thought. You know, all these opinions. But I'm all for that, dude. It's
Man,
like
let's
if
go.
they're-
Bye bye.
yeah.
You're hurting. You're
Yeah.
hurting.
Yeah.
And all you're gonna do is keep hurting.
Yeah.
And everybody around you's. I mean, listen.
But
man.
hook them up to machines. What are you doing?
Fuck all
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
shit,
it's
dude.
crazy shit.
I just want it to be known. I'm gonna say it right now on the air. If you guys ever find me in a situation like that, and it's you guys that have to make that decision, pull
Can
the
you
fucking
sign
plug.
here here, sir?
Can I-
Let me
you sign here?"
go.
Can I give you a BJ before?
Maybe that'll
What a
revitalize
way
him, dude.
to come and go
He's like
at the
he's
same
like,
time.
He's flatlining. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, there it is.
Let me in there. Let me give him a
Glock,
blowjob.
glock, 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 glock.
Guys, you'll never guess what happened. He was terminal, and now he's good.
He's good.
He's
going to
good.
live.
They're like, doctors are like,
He has the fucking throat of a god.
The tumor was benign. Benign.
God.
good time shit.
Oh,
But you know,
man.
but hospitals are definitely a hot spot because
Yeah.
my cousin-in-law's second, third brother, and from his second step, whatever.
Of course. From Italy.
15th time
I got
removed.
it.
Yeah.
Totally get it.
they're like, fuck yeah, there's ghosts in these shits. We see shit happening all the motherfucking time,
Oh,
man.
so that's wild,
you
dude.
gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta
So
expect
wild.
something like that. I mean, honestly, there's so much
Sure.
energy in a hospital. You know, people passing all the time. I mean, that they're not gonna be like at the place that they passed away. What the fuck is going on? They see their dead body. Oh, I'm gonna go over here. What the fuck? Can I do anything? Explore a little bit. You never know, man.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck.
You know, I've read a few books on near death experiences,
Right.
and they've commented that, like, they're riding in the ambulance. They had a cardiac arrest or whatever. They're riding in the ambulance. They're arriving, and everybody's working on them frivolously, right? Boom, boom,
Right.
boom, turning, and they're like, and the guys above them are sitting right next to him. He's like, "Just let me go, dude. Just let me go. It's fucking awesome over here,
Dude.
You know."
I
right?
have a huge
Yeah,
penis on
right.
this side.
Right.
Like,
Let me be.
Yeah, and there's like a lot of like during open heart surgeries and stuff, they're like on the side or rising above, they're floating above, right? They're
Okay.
describing what the physicians' names are, what they're saying,
Right.
what the nurses are talking about, what's on their charts.
like in another room.
Wow.
Like when they return, they have
Okay.
all this recollection of what's on the charts,
Right.
what
Yeah.
they're giving them, what were the people in the room next door to them, what they
That-
were called, all
What?
kinds of crazy shit.
See,
like
that's
that.
that's a
That's
story.
wild.
That's what I've heard. There was like near-death experiences where people go into another room.
Yeah, you like
and they
you-
hear everything that
Yeah.
the other doctors are saying in the other room, and then when they
Sure.
get back, they recollect it all. They
Right.
tell everybody, oh, this
Damn.
doctor was talking about this patient and how much they have to live and blah blah blah, blah whatever. But they
Man.
know.
But how much of
Whatever.
that? But how much of that is like what you're actually listening to while you're on a bed?
Well, no. These people are completely sedated. They're gone. Like open heart surgery, you're gone, dude. You're out. You're completely. What the fuck? Damn, is that the porn you were fucking unzipping your pants or something or what?
Oh, it's sexy time.
Talk about
Oh.
out of body experiences and shit.
Ooh,
Hey,
girl, let me get out
baby.
of your body.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
But yeah, man. They're describing in this book. They were describing a lot of like shit that they would normally not recall at all.
Right.
And they seem like they just eject. Like that's my body down there.
Sure.
Right.
But I'm still aware. So
And
I
so,
guess,
what is it that's ejecting?
You know, that's a great question, dude. It's like, you know how we're always
The
talking.
soul?
It's the soul.
The
Energy.
soul, right?
Energy.
Right.
Energy?
It has to be.
Something.
I think that consciousness itself is energy.
Okay.
And when you die, that energy is still grouped together, so your essence
Sure.
ejects from the body, which is pretty much a vessel that
Right,
everybody
right.
uses,
Damn.
but that energy still lives on together when you pass.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you
dude.
think about that?
You know,
I think okay. So I recently saw a video with KRS-One. If you guys know who that is.
Oh, yeah, I do.
And this guy was talking about you know, what you do with, you know, this ship. This ship.
Right.
the Avatar.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And essentially, you know, your eyes can see the past, right? Your ears can hear things that you've heard before, right? Like certain scents remind you of certain things,
Right.
and so you're able to do all these things
Right.
with that that energy,
That spark.
with that spark. You're able to do all those things.
Right.
Are those things physically in front
Yeah.
of you? Absolutely not.
That's funny, dude.
But you're able to feel them, remember them. You're able to reminisce about those certain things and make you feel a certain way.
Right.
And it's crazy. So it's crazy to be, you know, to the point that you guys are making about,
Right.
you know, there's something going on inside each and every one of us that isn't just, you know, pushing and, you know, chugging and lugging along. You know, we're not just, yeah, I get it, I can move my fingers and do all that good
Right.
stuff, but there's so much more going on.
Right.
And so I'll ask you this question.
No, I will not do that.
Does it stop here?
Oh, hell no, dude.
Does it stop here?
Not at all,
No.
man.
But
Not at all.
what other creature on this planet can also do what we're doing?
I think all consciousness, dude. Everything,
All of them.
everything from like pebbles, grains
So
of
then,
whatever it is.
so then every single
all
animal
energy,
that's
yeah.
ever existed on this planet has been able to think, feel,
right,
all
yes,
of it,
yes.
right,
From
right.
What, from what I understand, that's how.
Damn, dude,
that's how
PETA's right.
PETA, that's
Damn
how-
it.
That's how I've heard described how the universe expands is through consciousness. Like,
Okay.
like everything from the amoeba.
Okay.
Right.
Sure.
They all have preferences, so they move toward the preferences. Like the universe is in contact with everything. Right.
Okay.
So everything is a necessary element of everything. Right.
Okay.
One thing, it can't exist without one amoeba. Right. For example, it has to have that. So from what I understand, it's like it has a preference. Maybe it's hungry, so it moves in a certain direction. The universe responds to that, provides them maybe the meal that they need, and it seems like that's evolution. That's the way it expands. So the thing becomes more and more and more because of the experiences. And then I think it actually, if I'm not, from what I understand, people evolve from different levels. You know how we had a talk a long time ago.
Long time ago. Wow.
But we had there's stages of development. But I think human beings are kind of different. We're a little bit more we're more advanced than like a tree, for example. I mean,
Sure.
it's obvious, right? But
Clearly.
conscious wise, they're from what I understand, they're like a two-dimensional consciousness, which is like they are part of everything, right? But they also live, right? They also live. So is the pebble. That's a different consciousness, right? It's more of a.
Is it aware?
I think it is aware from what I understand. So
Really?
so that's how the universe expands. It becomes different every single time
Okay.
from just the individual compartments
Okay.
or individual pieces expanding and having preferences and having like for us, like if you ever think about life, dude, it's really funny because it's like all we do in life is choose. That's
Yeah.
all we fucking do, man. We don't do anything fucking else.
Huh.
Right? We have preferences. You to choose to
Chocolate or vanilla?
left or right, left or right. You know, so,
Chocolate.
So if you have a bad experience, well, guess what? You chose that fucking path, and you have to own up to it somehow,
Right,
right?
right.
So if you chose this other thing, you make that. But with this, that's another topic entirely, man. It's like,
Well,
I love the topic of reality, man. It's
see,
interesting.
And the question is, the question that came to my head right now is, if everything is aware, all animals, whatnot, have you guys ever killed a roach?
yeah, I try not to
tons of
kill
Have you guys ever
animals,
killed?
man.
Have you guys ever killed a dog?
No.
Okay, so
Theoretically, there's
Dre Dale Day,
no.
what?
A dog has died in my
hot dog.
presence,
Okay,
but it wasn't by my hand.
right.
right.
Okay, so what makes it okay if everything
kill
is
an
aware,
ant
not
versus a dog,
versus
right?
a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I
Right.
mean, that's
And
the
if,
question.
if that's the case, then will you see life in a completely different perspective now? Like, oh, that roach is aware that it's living, and if you kill it, I mean, if you see a roach and then you go towards it, doesn't it try to run away?
Right.
Well,
So maybe
It's
it's
defensive.
it's scared. Maybe it's scared.
Right,
It's trying to get
right,
away. It wants to
sure.
live, right?
yeah,
So
absolutely.
would you still kill the roach?
Absolutely. It's
You
gotta
know,
go.
I
Bye.
hate to
See you
admit
later.
it, but I don't kill things. I purposely
Capture it?
the last thing I do is kill something, man.
Okay.
If I find a
Yeah.
spider or something, I grab it, I take it outside and let it go, man.
Okay.
I hate to.
Really?
It sounds stupid, but it to me it really is important, man. Even an ant, I will
Okay.
literally step out of my way to not step on an ant, dude.
Okay.
Does that seem weird?
But what if? Okay, let's just say like a
Even a
group
bu-
of ants
even
are
a,
in your
even
kitchen.
a limb of a tree, I try to not break it. It's kind of
See,
weird.
George,
man.
I'm about
I-
to tell you a story
I-
All
right now.
life is precious.
I'll kill an aunt and an uncle.
Hey,
And he
okay,
has.
so check this out. I used to live in an apartment in East Los Angeles. Shout out to the homie Ricky, who's probably not listening, but one day you will, sir.
All right.
Or is
He
he?
used to stay out at his apartment, and they had this really big tree out in the back of the apartment. And I don't really remember what kind of tree this is, so I'm really sorry that I don't have that information for this story. But bottom line is this.
His name was Dave.
My cousin and I decided that we were going to go ahead and have hamburgers right? And so we made hamburgers one evening, and of course we got stoned out of our minds. I mean,
Were you hanging out with Drake? Drake, were you there, dude?
We were like 19,
just checking
probably,
Okay.
maybe 19, 20, somewhere in that range.
Right.
And, we're making burgers and
Jovenazo.
fries and whatnot, right? So young, but we just got so high, dude. So violently high. And what ended up happening was that,
Violently high, huh?
absolutely, dude, like, because, shit is fucking with you, right?
right,
So
all right.
anyway, my point is that I fall asleep in the bed, and I fall asleep with a half-eaten burger, okay? Next morning, I wake up, fucking burger's moving. Now, it's not traveling, guys, but it's moving.
Okay.
Okay.
And it's just dark, and it's moving, and there's ants, and they went from the bedroom through the kitchen, through my door, out through the freaking tree.
Oh, shit.
So as much as I
They
would love to
love meat,
respect
man, yeah.
life, oh, dude, I was done with them right there.
Yeah.
All the way
yeah.
out.
You know,
Right.
No, it was
You got-
invested at that
yeah,
point,
you got to do
bro.
certain things when you got to do them.
Yeah,
yeah,
I had to be God.
Yeah.
But
had to be good.
but no, life is interesting, man. To me, it's like there's something to everything. So it's fascinating like that. So everyone, on that measure, let's wrap this bitch up.
Let's wrap this up.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You could always hit us up on Facebook /JAG Radio, on Twitter @JAG Radio 1, and on the new Super Audio Network YouTube channel. Oh, sorry. Super Audio Network YouTube channel. Sorry, Drake. God damn it. George, where can I hit him?
You guys can find us on jagradio.com and see all the episodes there. And I just want to thank everybody for having us, man.
Yeah,
and,
thank you.
I hope we entertained you guys. Stay tuned. We'll be back on next Friday at 9.
Oh,
Or maybe
no,
not.
no.
Oh, well,
just
hold on.
kidding.
Drake just waved us off like nothing, man.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Hell nah, not you motherfuckers.
Your show's been canceled.
All right. Well, so much for that. All right. Thanks,
you for
guys.
tuning
Peace out.
in. See ya. Hey, what's up? This is JD Marceau from the JAG Radio, and you want to go with goodgeeks.com.
For unlimited Wi-Fi.
Unlimited. Now, $200. That's all you got to pay for the best fucking unlimited internet.
Dude, that's fucking device plus 3 months of unlimited service. That means device, fucking unlimited Netflix, unlimited fucking music, and fucking drinking
Unlimited
and shit.
fucks.
You can-
Yeah.
Yeah, unlimited fucks too, man.
Goodgeeks.com.